Hey, you guys, it is Friday Night Live, and you're here with a pop-up episode of Hit List. You guys know we've been going back between Wednesdays and Fridays based on our cast availability and all of that jazz. Why am I echo? Am I hearing an echo?
That was me.
Oh, okay. So we have a little small team tonight. Everyone else has prior obligations and things they're doing tonight. So we're small but mighty tonight. We have Kate, John Tay, Michael, and myself. Michael, how are you doing up in the D?
I'm good. You know what? This is the kind of weather where I want to be outside smoking a black and mild, and I'm not. I'm here inside, having this fun event with my friends as we are wont to do on Friday evenings. I'm good. It's been busy, but I'd rather be busy than not because for me, I get in trouble when I don't have a lot to do.
Oh.
Well, I am glad you are here. Everybody, please make sure you like and share. I'm gonna try to share mine right now. Well, Michael, I'm glad that you're here with us on Friday night instead of out smoking your black and mild, and I love you for that. Kate, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing really good. I should be seeing you not this week, but next week. And because I'm going to go to California, so I'm going to come into town. I'll be in Chicago for a couple days, fly out of O'Hare, come back and I'll probably be in Chicago for a couple days because I fly into O'Hare. So let's do something.
Next week starts Pride, so
right.
Hold on. Are you going to be able to do anything? Wait, you fly out what night?
I fly out on the 23rd, so I will probably be there like Friday, maybe Saturday of next week, actually. Just depending on how much I get done. And I fly out on the 23rd, which is a Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, so you're going to be here for the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That'll work. I'm excited. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should get Michael to come here next weekend.
I would love Michael.
Isn't it Father's Day next weekend?
It is. It's Father's Day on Sunday.
It is.
Are you going to be with your dad or are you somebody's daddy?
Well, both things can be true. They are not mutually exclusive. I will be with my father, yes. I celebrate my dad that day.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time. John Tay, how are you, my love?
I'm here. I'm currently at the zoo, the human zoo, and it's pretty crazy. I am good, exhausted. The bags under my eyes are Chanel. But Kay, I think I'm in town when you're gonna be here, and
yeah,
if I'm not, I might see you at the airport.
Yes, you're at O'Hare? Are you?
Yes, I am.
Are you,
Michael? I am quite honored that you have blessed us with another Friday night.
You know how I feel about these Fridays, but listen, I don't cancel my gigs. I'm just saying. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
The night is young, so you still can go have the black after the show.
You already know my future plans.
I love the smell of a black and mild.
It takes me back to Comstock. Oh,
Comstock.
My Comstock days. Okay, you guys, let's get into our show. First off, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Also, you guys, I, as the producer of the show, is looking for new blood ASAP. ASAP. So if you are looking to, I've gotten a lot, maybe 10 or 11 people who've inboxed me and emailed me. I'm not going to pick people just to pick people. We need the right people. So if you're interested in talking politics and kitchen table talk and pop culture and fashion, please email me. My deadline is the next couple weeks-ish because I want to get ready for our next season. So please email me and we can set up a phone conversation and all that jazz. So let's get into the thing of the things, you guys. We have a very heavy show tonight. So it's not. We're going to do our fashion files, and I come sit on my couch. But a lot of our topics are very heavy. So the first one, let's get into this. I wanted to do this last week, but we didn't have time. The 17-year-old Saginaw United High School senior was identified as the victim of an early morning shooting post-prom. This was the individual who was made quite a stir, posting stacks of money and, a luxury fancy car. And so I guess he ended up going to get some snacks at the local corner store post-prom, and he was gunned down. Now, the significant part about this thing that a lot of people are upset about, the story, his family set up a GoFundMe following this tragic event, and people are kind of split. Well, there are more people, it was more heavy on one side than the other, but a lot of people are saying, what is the reason that your family would need a GoFundMe and you spent, looks like, close to 10 grand on going to prom, on this prom send-off and custom suits and a pocket full of money and all that jazz. So let's talk about it. Kate, I know this is up there close to your neck of the woods.
My parents live in Saginaw. I will say my parents do live in the township of Saginaw, so that's a different world than the actual city. And Saginaw is consistently one of the most dangerous places with violent crime rate per capita. I guess like 1 in 28, your chance of being like in a violent crime there, which is crazy. But I just want to say this. When a family is mourning and they have to bury their son, who wants to pull all your money together? We can't even verify. Those could be ones. Those don't look like no crisp blue face hunnets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
That's that. And it's like, this family is mourning. If they want to do a GoFundMe, I mean, Michael, what's the cost of a funeral? I mean, I don't even know. How much does it cost?
Listen, I can speak to this. I buried a few people in the past few years, some family members. It's as expensive as you want it to be, but I would say $5,000 would be the absolute lowest watermark if you're looking at a cremation and in a very small facility with a handful of folks. You can get up easily 20, 30,000.
I'm chipping in. If it was somebody that my friend's son and they were just trying to stunt for prom and I don't care if somebody has a GoFundMe, it is truly just to help show support, to help us all wrap our arms around the person that needs the help at the time. We don't need to judge. I mean, if it was Elon Musk that had a GoFundMe, go to hell. But these families of these young kids, this is some of the biggest moments they'll have in their life. And obviously this was one of his. But you know what? We cannot be flashy. My boyfriend is really private about everything. And he's constantly like, stop saying this, stop doing this online, stop posting where we live. And it's really so true because you never know who's plotting on you. And you never know, especially when you're throwing around cash, you're throwing around diamonds, you're throwing around stuff like that. You are making yourself a target. So
yeah, most definitely. And Kate's right. Barron, her boyfriend, is one of the privatest people I know. I can't even find a picture.
No social media, nothing. Don't post this, don't post that. Just all in protection of us and our family, and I respect it. But I need to stunt sometimes. I need to let these hoes know who Big Mama is.
Because Kate is the stunt queen. She taught me how to stunt. So
you're doing better
now. Michael, what do you think about this story?
So listen, you already know my position on this one. I don't peep into someone else's pockets when it comes to life and money, right? Unless you owe me money, spend yours how you want to. At the same time, I have noticed a pattern in recent years of folks kind of, I don't want to call it profiteering, but it does seem like that to me, off of a child. I get it. I am sympathetic if somebody passes away. I understand things can be expensive, but there just seems to be such a rash of folks who take a child's pain and try to get money for it. For me personally, there is not a universe where I would create a GoFundMe for anything about my life. I would probably rather just die leaned up against a tree before I would post online, please send me money for anything at all. And I've got a good family. it's not really a worry of mine, right? Like I have a
Right.
good support system, but just in general, I see things like this. There's such a frequency of it. There's such a high amount of it. It's hard sometimes to know what's real and what's not. I can tell you I've donated to a lot of folks over the years, GoFundMe and otherwise. And I would say 75+% of the time, it was not used for the purpose that was conveyed to me that it would be used for. And I think that's just the hard truth. Not saying that that's what's happening here, but, it's tough. Everyone's asking for money these days. They just are.
Most definitely. Me and Brandy always talk about this. And knock on wood, I have a nice, a family that's supportive. And recently I was just educated on life insurance and all of that jazz. But I hope I would never be in the position to have to post a GoFundMe on anything like Michael. I'm just I don't know. I don't know if proud's the right word. I don't know. I just don't like the feeling of it. I don't really, Michael, you agree? I mean, I know you agree.
Oh, completely agree. And for those who don't have life insurance, listen, we're all still young enough. Go get it. I'm insured for like 1.2 million. Okay. So if I die, everything is taken care of. And that is like, you can't control when you're going to go, but what you can control is the burden, at least for those who love you.
And it's not that expensive. Yeah.
Michelle Love said hood rich people spend money on what they want and beg for what they need. That's very, unfortunately, that's true in most cases. Jante, what do you think about this story?
This story is a tragedy, but I'm kind of actually in the middle of Michael and Kate. So I have posted a GoFundMe before. I used to do mission trips to Guatemala probably like every 4 months. And so I would, pay for 2 mission trips and then use donations like from my church and stuff for the other 2 mission trips. I'm a firm believer in don't use your own money for everything. Like, obviously, I couldn't go to, Chase and get a loan for mission trips and just be like, hey, and especially like in my young 20s, like when I got to be older, I, of course, was able to pay for the mission trips all by myself. But I agree with people will use the money for the things that they want. I agree with Kate saying, it could have just been one. I too have a bit of pride, but I'm also like Michael, like I'm not gonna count what you spend, especially if you're not coming to me and asking me for it. Like Kate said, you're not like nobody's planning to bury their kid. So they planned for this prom. They might have been planning for this prom his whole life. That might have been his whole goal, was to just get to prom and have this prom dream that his mother or father could never fulfill. And so now he was living in their shoes. And you don't plan to bury your child, especially bury your child. Like, you don't plan to bury anybody, but it's horrific. But I do think that when you do stuff like this, you invite that like chaos into your life, like the broadcasting of stuff. Like Michael just said, he insured for 1.2 million, and if I didn't love him, I might need 1.2 million.
Right.
Yeah. Do you need a wifey? Do you need a beneficiary?
And it's surprisingly affordable. Okay, it really doesn't cost all that much every month. Just several $100s.
Yeah,
that's worth it.
You're right.
Peace of mind for your loved ones. Seriously, we're all still young. Get your life insurance.
Right, to bury you and to take care of any debt or anything that you leave behind. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've had to deal with some shit because I've had breast cancer and they almost wanted to drop me from my life insurance that I got 5 years before that. I'm like, hell no. This is stage 1. I'm going to live a long time. So you ain't dropping me. You going to pay me out if something happened to me.
Stand up.
Well, my prayers do go out to his family at this difficult time. Like you said, no one ever plans to bury a child. So, again, I'm praying for them and send them all the positive energy they need. Let's move on. So, you guys, I often brag about living in Chicago and the what am I trying to say? The liberal bubble that we live in here. We don't see too much race stuff, where it's a very liberal city. But this week, Chicago was kind of shaken to its core with this. This burning cross was put up in broad daylights in Grant Park, right in the middle of downtown. And it kind of, like I said, it kind of shook a lot of us to our core because, like I said, we don't see stuff like this in Chicago often. I want to play this video and then we'll come back. Where is it at? Where are my videos?
Do they know who did it? Do they have like surveillance of someone who
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. Hold on, I'm just gonna find my video real quick. They all crashed as soon as we went live. Okay, well, I can't find it right now. But Kate, you asked. So there is there's so many cameras downtown Chicago. There is a person of interest. This young man was seen running from the cross. So this picture and this picture have been released. It is under the FBI is involved now. Kate, someone who is a Chicago resident as well. What do you think? I mean,
who the hell has time to do stuff like that? Truly, like, what's the message you're trying to send? Are you just rage baiting? I mean, are you just trying to stir up some kind of like religion war? I mean, I never know. Like cross burning, what is that? That's kind of like, what is that from? Like, what is the message there?
It's from like
white supremacy.
White supremacy. It started kind of, well, it was huge in like the civil rights era.
Yeah.
It's a sign of white supremacy, and it's unfortunate. John Tay, you also live here in Chicago. What do you think about this?
I'm so like removed from all this stuff. Honestly, Ashley, I get a lot of my news from you in our group chat. And of course I get the hard right side from Tommy, but this doesn't bother me, but it also doesn't affect my life. So like I don't really let, like you said, we live in a liberal bubble. It's not too many things that penetrate my actual bubble to let this to bother me. I could care less.
So if you were walking down Michigan Avenue in Grant Park and you and your kids this would not startle you at all in the least?
I might be like, oh wow, somebody took a lot of time to to do something so unnecessary, and it would remind me of the White Hoods. I mean, especially it might actually take me back to when they came. Do you remember when they came to Kalamazoo and stood on the court?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was pretty uneventful then, and it would still be just as uneventful for me now. I mean, honestly, I think, and this for me is a party thing. I think that liberals are affected by so much more stuff than conservatives put off to be. I'm not going to say they aren't, right? But they don't broadcast it. Like how close is this actually coming to you? Like, can you tell me that? Like, how close is this actually coming to your everyday life?
Jonte, I don't know, Jonte, because we don't know who did this. This could be my next door neighbor. This could be somebody I'm associates through somebody else. We don't know who did it. So it could be on our front step. You don't know.
And so could a bullet, because Pookie and Ray Ray is carrying and shooting up everybody. So what's the difference?
That guy isn't really giving white supremacy though. So if he is the person who did that, like, is that the message he's trying to send?
But wait, does white supremacy have a face?
Is he just a menace or what? He was just, I just don't think he's not white. So I don't know if that's the message he's trying to send. He looks like he's Venezuelan, like that's what I'm getting from that. So who put you up to that, brother? Like, who put him up to that?
Michael, step into the chat.
Okay. To some extent, I agree with Jonte. It doesn't really affect my day today. I'm pretty far removed from this stuff. But what troubles me is that this is how it starts. As we become more acclimated to indicia of hate and divisiveness and racism and bigotry, it will continue to increase. And as these acts get more attention in the culture that we live in, where you can go viral for just about every stupid act you could ever do, I can envision a world where if these acts go uninvestigated or unpunished, where they increase and ramp up. And then, of course, we've got AI to put its own spin on it and provide us with misinformation or whatever else. I don't see this as a good thing. It's not a step in the right direction. I'm troubled by it on kind of like an existential level, because we all know that this, I'm not saying it is the start of something terrible, but it certainly could be. And it does seem like this type of stuff, this kind of overt hatred and people feeling very comfortable to say whatever the hell's on their mind, even if it's terrible, or take these kind of actions. Like, everybody knows what a burning cross symbolizes, and this person felt comfortable enough to go put it in like a really busy area in a really big city in broad daylight. And that just means they're not fearing the consequence for their action, right? Like, that is and I think that kind of speaks to where we're at right now as a society. Something's got to give, and I don't know what that will look like.
And Kate, and Michael, that was a good point. Thank you for sharing that. And Kate, I shared this with you in love because I just have to. I'd be remiss if I didn't. So white supremacy doesn't really have a face, and people who aren't even white agree with that culture. Sure. There are Mexican people who feel that same way towards Black people. There are Asian people who feel that we'll see in our couple stories in a minute, that feel that same way about Black people. So even though it's labeled white supremacy, it has a bigger audience than that. If that makes sense to you.
It does. Thank you for the education on that. And I wasn't trying to be rude. I just wanted to let you know. No, not at all.
We need that the more you know rainbow, right? From the 80s.
Yeah, I'm a teachable queen. I don't know everything. Come on now.
It's just unfortunate, and I hope they catch whoever it was. And like Michael said, the scary part about all this is some people aren't afraid of consequences who do this stuff. And that's when it gets scary, because and
Chicago police don't have time to be running down people doing crazy shit like that. They already have their hands full doing everything else. So
at all, you're right. Let's go to our. I don't want to do this next story. We might as well. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but Samantha Guthrie, you guys know, it's going on 3-4 months since her mother has been missing. This story just rocks me as well.
Yeah, where is she?
How do you just disappear? But she's gone back to work recently, and the story really touched me. She was on Jenna and the Jenna show on the Today show this week, and let's just watch the clip and then we'll come back. Video. Here we go. Sorry, you guys. All my videos crashed earlier, so I have to upload each one.
Back, and I've been trying so hard to hold it together, and I promise I will. This show and this hour especially is like about joy, but having you and all my everyone at the people behind the scenes, people in my ear, the producers, our castmates, it's like, when I see you in the morning, I know that you see me, no matter what is going on. And sometimes it's almost too much, because I feel like to do the job, I gotta keep it together, pull it together, But I'm happy to be back, and it's like the 2 hours of my day that it's not that I'm not thinking about it, because I am. Yeah. But it's something to do, and it brings me a lot of joy to be with everybody. Yeah. But no, it's not easy. It's a little respite, and you are my family. I mean, I don't think if I had any other kind of job, I would have even tried to come back. Yeah. But I was like, well, I didn't. I just felt like, well, what else should I do? And my mom would have said the same, like, honey, just keep going. And so I am.
I just give her a lot of respect. I can't imagine having to go to work and live through this daily, just thinking about where is my mom. I just, what, Kate, what do you think about this?
I
Like, do
mean,
you
I'm
think
not
you
gonna
could?
lie. At first, I thought it was kind of sus. Like when I first found out she was coming back to work to do a game show type, like humor kind of thing. I was like, where is this woman's mom? Like, where is Nancy Guthrie? Like, what is going on? I mean, I feel like this is a terrible analogy, but if I'm missing my keys and I'm missing something really important to me, at what point do you stop looking for it? Let's say it's $1 million. At what point do you stop looking for $1 million? I feel like if my mother was missing, I'm gonna not do anything but look for her. If I have to get on my hands and knees in the desert and scour the desert looking for her, I'm just obsessive in that way. So I can't imagine not knowing where my mom is. And I don't want to knock anybody in their grief or anything. So I just don't want, I personally would have dedicated my life to finding what happened to my mother, but it's easy for me to say because my mother isn't missing. So knock on wood. But yeah, good for her. She's trying to busy herself. She's honoring her mom. I'm sure that absolutely that's what your mom wants you to do. I'm a mom and I understand we want you to go on with your lives and be able to stand on your own feet and be independent and make decisions without us. It's a must. It has to happen. But like you said, I can't imagine going on. I just don't know. I think that I would never stop looking for my mom and it would take up all my time.
Michael?
I hear you, Kate, but I guess maybe I'm a little more practically minded. I think at a certain point, there's only so much like a civilian or a single person could do, even if they're fairly resourced, such as she is. In some ways, I found this relatable because if I look back at my own life, I have literally worked more through every trauma I've ever experienced in my life because it is a release, right? If you bury yourself in something, healthy or unhealthy, it's like a distraction from your pain. And I think that's really what she was trying to say, right? Like she has this existential dread over what is going on with her mother. And it's all consuming. And I think probably every single one of us can relate to that feeling in a different way, not having your parent missing, but just something that is so horrible for your life that you just don't see a way out of it. And sometimes you find yourself falling into unhealthy habits. I know I've done that before. Or sometimes you can find yourself leaning into something like work. Yeah. And I know for me, like that, it has been cathartic because if you can bury yourself in something different than what life has thrown at you, it is just a little bit of respite from an otherwise mountain of grief. So I respect her.
Michael, everybody knows how close me and my grandmother were. It was like me and my grandmother, almost like me and my mom, the relationship we had. And when she passed, I was doing a show, or in the run of, I don't know what, I think it was, I forgot what show. I think it was The Wiz. And people were like, we understand if you want to drop out of the show and just dedicate. But no, I kept going. And those 2 hours on stage every night just took me, it was, I had a job to do. So it just took me out of the knowing my grandma wasn't, losing her. But after getting off stage, so you're smack dab back in reality. So sometimes just those 2 hours of just doing something else, being in another world, and in her case, entertainment as well, it just helps you. Jonte, what do you think about this?
I'm inclined to agree with both you and Michael, but I do see Kate's point because, and I was raised by my grandmother, and now that I know that she's getting closer, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to talk to her every day. I need to call her for everything that I can, like whether it's how many cups of flour do I use, or oh my God, look at your great grandkids and what they've done today, and it's becoming obsessive for me because I know that my time with her is going to come to an end. So I'm like trying to plan the obsession, like okay, if I use and consume as much as I can, then when the time comes, I'll have felt more fulfilled. So I can't imagine having it taken from you before you get to your, your cup is full, your level of fulfillment. And while I know, like, having two demanding careers that I can consume myself in a hospital or in an airplane and just, fade away. I still, I mean, I'm on the airplane thinking about, like, I wish my grandmother was here to see me do this safety demo. Like, just the silliest things. I wish my grandmother was here to see me run this code. Like, so I mean, I don't know. I'm really torn in between all of y'all's thoughts tonight. It's making me want to call her right now.
You miss your grandma, Ashleigh. I miss my grandma too. I love my mom's mom and my dad's mom. So R.I.P.
It's tough. It is. And John Tay, I understand everything you just said. It's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect Samantha Guthrie and what she's doing, and yeah, it's difficult because people feel both ways about it, and she's being judged every day by, like, people are saying she knows more or she knows less, and I just can't imagine what she's going through. Okay,
excuse me. I listen to true crime, and she's not acting right. No, God bless her, and I hope that there is resolution to that. And you're right. Get back out there and work, and that's what she would want for you. And you're right. You need to get some normalcy and go. And we all have to move on with our lives. Yeah. Never stop loving people, but we move on.
Most definitely. Speaking of, let's move on. Jamal Bryant is back on his pedestal about boycotting now. With I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story of the Mr. Child who shot the 14-year-old black guy the black boy who was said to be stealing a bottle of water, and it's found out that he wasn't. He was acquitted, and he killed that little boy. And so now Jamal Bryant is saying we need to boycott all Asian-owned businesses after this viral video showed up online. I'll show you guys this video, and we'll come back and talk about it. Video file. Here we go. Is this it? Come on.
He was found guilty today, and people should.
Nope. Sorry, you guys. Wrong one. Excuse us, you guys. My computer crashed, so I have to upload each video every time now. Okay, here it is.
Community says let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods? We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Ew.
So he lost his mind.
Yeah.
Because he forgot what I think the original intent of this was. Mm-hmm. We're boycotting because of an unfair acquittal. And this Asian man is showing no remorse from killing this young black boy. And like I said, it was found that he was not stealing the bottle of water. So I think he forgot square one. John Tay, what do you think about this?
First of all, this is crazy. And for the man to talk about the feet, like, everything that he talked about, it makes me chuckle a little bit. But prior to that, Jamal Bryant is a used car salesman. That's my personal opinion of him. He hops on, he's a bandwagon, just, I don't know. I don't like him. I can't get with him or behind him or beside him on anything that he decides to boycott for whatever his reasons are, because I truly believe that he has a personal shopper out there still doing his bidding on everything that he's decided to, to publicly get rid of. But I mean, there's some validity to getting rid of everything. Like this whole Target thing was so extreme for me. Like, oh, okay, we're starting with Target, right? People like people in Jamal Bryant's position really lead sheep to believe that, like, this is how life is lived, and then the sheep follow, and then then they go down the rabbit hole of inconveniencing themselves and stopping everything they're doing and on all their normal things and going out of their way to shop somewhere different and do all this stuff. And it's just, I hate it.
John
I,
Taylor,
I don't know what else to say about it.
let me ask you a question. Because first off, okay, I've heard Jamal Bryant called a lot of things, but used car salesman is wild. Secondly, I think the Target thing, you can't say the Target thing didn't shift the atmosphere a little bit, because Target, they lost a lot of money. A CEO lost their job, and they're restructuring things. So I mean, there's some change in that Target boycott. Do you not think so?
I think that there was change in the Target boycott. I I mean, he like okay, so to my knowledge, right? Let's talk.
Mhm.
Let's segue to Black Lives Matter, right? So
Okay,
the Black Lives Matter person that I am aware of, one of the creators,
right.
she also was a used car salesman. The movement is amazing. Like, yes,
Mhm.
Black Lives do matter. Yes, they do need to be highlighted more. Like, yes, it we brought awareness. I don't think that I don't think that the girl that was out there squandering money in the movement deserved any of that credit.
Okay,
So I personally, I wouldn't give him my credit. I would give it to the moms that figured out where else to shop. I would give it to the families that were like,
me,
listen,
You
don't
really
look at
stuck
me
with
because
it.
I was
You
in
and
I was in
Hector.
Target every day. Okay, like,
right.
listen, if this is the path to least resistance for me, I'm not about to. I can't. I need these Millie Moon diapers. The only place I got them at is Target. So whether I order them online and pretend, or go in here and be proud, like, but I just,
Right.
I don't disagree with the change.
Hmm.
The progress always needs to be made. I just, he's not it for me.
That's fair.
And yeah, yeah, I don't know how else to say it without starting to scream out here on the playground.
Michael.
Um, I guess I was a little confused by this, right? I
Mhm.
understand that there was an unjust murder, but as far as I know, there's not like a rash of Asian store owners killing Black individuals. And so, why would we take one horrific event and say an entire race and all of the businesses that they have now need to be boycotted? I guess what I'm trying to say is I agree with John Tay. Jamal Bryant, to me, has a little bit of a slick nature, and he's, I guess, itching for a boycott. But I don't know that this is the right connection to draw here.
So there's always been how do I say this? There's always been a thing, I guess is the best way I can say it, that Asians, the way Asians treat Black people, um, in not all situations, but a lot of situations, like the fact how they will talk about us when we're in there, they're getting our nails done. They'll blatantly talk about us in a different language. Hector has these new AirPods that can translate what people are saying, and we were in a nail salon not too long ago, and they were blatantly talking about us while we were getting services.
Is that specific to black people, though? I'm just going to keep it real. I feel like they're talking about me in that situation.
Hold on. Let me finish. A lot of Asians are racist too. Okay. About how they follow us around when we go into their hair stores because they know we have nowhere else to shop and they treat us a certain way. So I think that has some validity in this argument too. This incident just made it bigger, put it on a bigger scale. Michael, finish what you were saying.
Listen, I can support the concept of wanting to support businesses within your own community. I totally get it. I guess where I'm just getting a little bit lost is what Brandy's saying. I feel like a lot of cultures are racist towards black people. So why are Asians being singled out here just from this one bad act of one store owner, right? I mean, the problem is systemic racism. It's not Asian people. It just seems weird to point the arrow at an entire race. It's not like pointing an arrow at Target. They're two totally different things in my mind. One is racial, one is a business with policies. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I think this incident was easy for him to thread to the other situations, and I'm not saying it was right, but yeah, I think that's why he's trying to connect the two like he is. Kate.
Okay, so not all Asian people are racist. We can't fight racists. You know what I mean? We just can't do that, So, and there's a lot of xenophobia, and Asian people are the target of a lot of racism also.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this situation, which is such a tragic situation, that man should absolutely have been charged with second-degree or reckless endangerment or something. They tried to charge him for, I think, first degree, which means that it was premeditated, and he should have been charged for manslaughter. But all I want to say is there's older people from that generation. Let's not even talk about race. Let's talk about his generation that are just unhinged. They don't trust kids coming into the store. So this is how we combat that. And this is what I do with my son. When my son walks into a store by himself, he greets the owner. He says, hello, how are you? He makes eye contact. And I'm not victim blaming at all. But I think going forward, we have to build a rapport with the older generation because they're just thinking these kids don't have money. Now, a lot of kids steal, not even white kids, black kids, all kinds of kids, because they just don't have money. They go in, they put some Doritos in their pocket and walk out. So this is absolutely not victim blaming, but this is how we can combat this in the future is let's just have more communication. Let's make eye contact. If you know that this guy's unhinged, I've read that he had shot at people before. People knew he has a gun.
Yeah.
He's a dangerous man. That young boy must have had no clue, but we just have to stay away from people like that. I don't think it's about race. I feel like if a dirty ass white kid would have walked in there, I feel like if any other race would have been in there acting shady, not that kid was, but I'm just saying that man was just unhinged, probably dealing with theft all the time because so many people steal. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I have an upper middle class friend who is not my friend on Facebook, so she won't see this. She's in a whole text group with other upper class white women that talk about how they steal from big box stores. Okay. So these that's why I never did brick and mortar. I'm completely e-commerce because I already know the way that people steal. And if you cannot allot for that and account for that in your income, then you're going to go crazy. And that's what this man did. He set it off. He's going crazy. He probably did inventory. He's probably missing money. Things are getting expensive. He lost his damn mind and just started, emptying the clip. And this poor kid was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So to me, it's not racism because we all deal with certain things. We all deal with it. But I mean, I'm never going to be black. So I don't know. I wish he would have gotten charged. I wish they would have convicted him. They charged him wrong. They should have charged him for second-degree murder or not manslaughter, Michael. What's the reckless homicide or endangerment or something? Well,
yeah, it depends on the state, but a reckless homicide is the lower end of what you could get, or a negligent homicide.
Mm-hmm.
This, yeah.
Now, it's not lost on me that I have white privilege. Have I go in that store and put some
Exactly.
shit in a big ass Telfie, a big ass bag, and walk the fuck out, that man would not think twice. And if he did, I'd be like, who are you running up on? This, like, I'd be like, what? What are you going to do about it? Because like there's white privilege there. And it's a terrible thing. And I hate that that's honestly I hope that the generations below us can change this.
Brandy said maybe because it's him, he would have snapped regardless of the race. But in general, there's a history of Asians being racist towards Black people. That's what I was trying to get at. So the fact that he was Asian and murdered a Black boy made it a big deal to us.
Yeah,
it's
of
a big
course.
deal
Yeah.
anyway, because the child was murdered for no reason. And yes.
Absolutely. I'm not minimizing like the racial issue at all. Like, this is terrible. He should have been charged. That man should have been off the streets. He's the menace to society. Speaking of that, remember that scene from Don't Be a Menace when they're at the Asian store, the woman is following him around, hurry up and buy.
Yeah.
So it's been a stereotype and it's been a story that has been told, for a long time.
Yeah.
I in California and Los Angeles, there's a large Asian population, and a lot of the younger generation, they assimilate to Black culture, and they do. Like, I think that it's a lot more traditional in Chicago. I mean, again, I'm stereotyping, but in Los Angeles and San Francisco, a lot of the Asians assimilate to Black culture. I mean, I pulled up on one time, and he was in like an Aston Martin. He was like, yo, where's she at though, bro? Like, what's up, cut? I'm like, oh, okay.
And that's a mess to me. But anyways, Brandy also say, but for Black folks as a whole in general, this is heavy. And she's right. And I wish I had a more of a panel tonight to share this with.
Not just my white opinion.
Okay, so let's move on to the big story everyone's talking about. Carmelo Anthony, sentenced to 35 years in prison for the murder of Austin Metcalf, will be eligible for parole after 17.5 years. You guys, this story, and I tried my best to not do this story tonight, but it's everywhere. I feel we have a responsibility to at least report it and to talk about it and to share it with our audience. It's just sad all around. So I want to make sure I do my best by narrating this. So apparently, allegedly, this young Black boy, let's be clear, this is a boy we're talking about. He's
Teenager. 16
when it happened, 17 when he's sentenced. He was being bullied. That's what's being reported. By this white boy as well. And I think he felt he had no other recourse. And he brought a blade to this game that they were at. And you know what boys do? Bullying was ensue, and he felt that he had no other recourse but to stab this young man, and he in return died. The crime is not what the Black community is outraged about. It's about the sentence. It's about the jury. He had no jury of his peers. It's about it. This case was in Frisco, Texas, a very upper
suburb of Dallas.
Yeah, suburb of Dallas, very Caucasian heavy. And they felt that this young man did not receive a fair trial. Now, Michael is going to hopefully help me with this, but the other part of this is the blatant racism that has taken place online afterwards. I'm going to leave this here. Watermelon felon, stuff like that. Carmelo's first day of prison. A lot of memes like this are showing up, and we have to remember this is a boy. He's not an adult. I don't care how you want to say how close to 18 he was. He wasn't an adult. I had someone in the comments was coming at me last night because I kept saying, remember, you guys, we're dealing with a child here.
Right.
And someone was like, well, people need to teach. Well, they said these children need to understand when they're in what political times we're in. And I said no, because when I was 17, I was a horror show. I wasn't thinking about the political atmosphere I was in. I would just go off and be a hothead and cuss anybody out and flatten anyone's tires. And you can trust to how I was
lethal read from this one right here.
And I was 16, 17 when I was doing this stuff, and I didn't think, oh, I'm a black man, so I not need to do this. I wasn't aware at that time. I was just a teenager and being a hothead. So we need to understand this was, and he also felt he had no other recourse. So I might be leaning a little heavy towards the Carmelo Anthony side. And there's probably other people on our panel who are not. But Michael, what do you think about this case and what has ensued after?
So I'm going to try to be pretty clinical here, because I don't know that my feelings really matter in this calculus too much. But I will say there is a remarkable amount of misinformation circulating about the facts of this case, like almost completely. You know, I've read that he's jumped. I've read that he's been bullied by these folks. Neither of those things are actually true. They met for the first time that day, right? So this is not like a pattern of multiple people kind of getting on him and a bully that's been targeting him for a while. And I think there's also, people have a very strong misconception about what self-defense actually can be to justify an action that you take, right? So if somebody pushes you, of course you can push them back. But in order to use deadly force, you have to have like a reasonable fear of imminent bodily harm that would lead to death. So in other words, deadly force is only generally justified when you yourself feel as if you are going to die. And it's not even the thoughts in your head that you're judged by. It's what a reasonable person would think. So if you get shoved and then you say, well, I thought I was going to die, you'll almost never be able to claim self-defense, because most people wouldn't feel that a shove would lead to death, right?
Okay.
And when it comes to how these crimes are prosecuted in Texas, they have, every state is different for what murder and manslaughter charges look like. So just kind of on a basic level, in Texas, manslaughter is only for things, reckless actions that you didn't undertake knowing that they could lead to harm. So think of like if you're cutting down a tree branch, a big tree branch, and just as it's dropping to the ground, someone walks underneath and you kill them. That would be a manslaughter, right? Or if you're driving drunk, you don't have in your head, oh, I'm going to kill somebody if I'm driving drunk. That's what manslaughter can be. Murder is anything that has a reasonable chance, in Texas, a reasonable chance of leading to death. So something like this situation. And then on top of that, there's what's called felony murder. So if you're committing another crime and somebody dies, like if you're robbing a store and you shock the store owner so much they have a heart attack and drop dead, you can get charged with felony murder, right? So I've heard a lot of folks say, oh, he should have gotten manslaughter. You know, under the laws of Texas, that's like an impossibility in this situation. The only kind of charge that he could have gotten, unfortunately, was a murder charge. I do think, I guess I will share my feelings. I do think that this situation is unfortunate in the sense that if the races were reversed on the rolls, the sentencing would have been different, right? I still do think any person would have been charged with the murder, hand to God. That's just what it is. But I don't know that the sentence would have been 35 years. I think it probably would have been a reduced sentence. And just as like a personal observation, you know, the parents now are really doing him no favors, claiming after the fact that it was poor legal representation, you know, and having him on appeal say that he's indigent when they fundraised several $100,000. Optically, these are not good things. And they could better serve him by being more measured, I think, in their approach.
Let me hold you right there, Michael, and I want you to continue. I have a few videos I want to show, clips. You did hit a good point, Michael, but when you said, okay, I found this on Twitter, and it's good. Same state, different justice. 2023, Alec Adamson shoots and kills a black student Leads police on a car chase plus foot pursuit. Sentenced 4 years, served 2. 2025, Carmelo, Frisco, Texas, gets jumped by white students, defends himself with a knife, sentenced 35 years. Tell me this isn't two-tier justice. Now, let's talk about these clips. I have a clip of his parents, which Michael hit on, that I want to show, and then I have another clip after that, and then we will come back. Actually, I have 3 clips. Let's hold on. Hold on, come on, videos. I need you to start playing.
This is gonna sound just terrible to say, but like Texas is not a state that I would be if I was Black that I'd want to live in. Like after Sandra Bland, after just all of the laws that are there, they have the most strict laws, death penalty. You know, it's a tough state to live in.
It is.
So I just could not.
Hold on,
I wouldn't move my kids to Texas.
You know what? I actually lived in Frisco, Texas, right next to the Star. I dealt with the Frisco police regularly because they came up to the hospital every night. I had a few bad run-ins with the Frisco police because of some ugly things that I said, and they were completely my fault. I take 100% responsibility for it.
You're
And
innocent.
I would go back to Frisco, Texas right now today on foot.
Really?
Yes.
I've actually been there. It's a nice area. It's a really bougie suburb of Dallas. I like Dallas. That's where Tamar and Brittany live.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the laws, and I don't know. I just don't want to be caught slipping in Texas, you know?
Okay, some reason why you guys, my videos aren't working. I'm really pissed. But I might do a show on this next week by myself because I really feel these videos are important. And without them, I don't want to keep going on this subject. But
We don't need to see that racist white dad, though. Fuck him.
I think 35 years was a bit too harsh. This is a child we're dealing with, and I guess that's just how I feel about it. And we'll move on from this. So let's go on to Fashion Files is next. So the fashion was fashioning this week.
It's okay.
Here we go. Our first look. This blew me away, you guys. You guys know this is my girl, and she's on our list 2 times this week. Miss Lanithia Leaks and Alexis Batar. She ate this. This is 20 out of 20. Kate, what do you think?
That's the dress is Alexis Batar too?
Let me get my.
Me likey. I mean, she eats so hard. I'm trying to be like that.
I believe the dress is Alexis Batar. That's what it was.
Yes. Alexis just sold out to TJ Maxx, but that dress is everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael, yay or nay?
I think it's really difficult to make that color of blue look expensive, but it does here. So definitely yay.
Yeah.
Jonte, yay or nay?
It's given adult. I can't even say Little Mermaid because it's Nene, and it's just life. She looks better and better every day. This is definitely a yay.
She's preparing for her return to the throne. So she you know who's styling her now? Paris Che is styling her. He used to style Marlo Hampton. He styles Portia. He styles Cardi B. So Nene is spinning a coin now, and it's starting to look like it. Moving on, we have Solange, and she's wearing Calvin Klein. Kate, yay or nay?
I love that. That looks really cool.
Jonte, yay or nay?
What's the dog that looks like this?
Who?
The mop dog.
That's actually where my mind went first too.
Yeah,
I love Solange. She can do no wrong. But I can't look at this without thinking the mop dog. So I'm kind of torn.
Okay. Michael, yay or nay?
It's giving me a Halston vibe. I like it. Yay.
It is giving Halston. Yeah, I like it as well. Moving on, we have, who is this? We have Keith Milo. He's in Marc Jacobs. Kate, yay or nay?
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I like that. Is that part of the boots or the cuff? I like that. That's cute. He looks
Oh yeah,
sharp.
the cuff is cool. My eye went to the coat because it's blatantly Marc Jacobs. Michael, yay or nay?
I don't think Marc Jacobs should take that luxury of putting his name on a coat like that. So it's an A for me.
All right, Jonte, yay or nay?
I'm feeling it. It's a yay.
Okay, moving on. This the housewives, you guys, they're really eating lately. Cynthia Bailey, she's wearing a Tel Couture. Kate, yay or nay?
Yay. I thought that was Noelle, her daughter. I was like, okay, she looks good. That's
Michael?
beautiful.
My God, yay.
It almost looks like water. It's
Yes,
Yes.
beautiful.
I want to eat like that.
Jonte, yay or nay?
Yes, I was actually gonna say that. Remember who was that wore? Let me see. Beyonce wore something like the material like this to the Met Gala, and so did Kim one year, I think.
And it looked like
I love
water.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Moving on, we have Demi Moore. This look kind of took my breath away. She's in Maison Facal. Kate, yay or nay?
I mean, I think it's a cool concept, but what is she wear? That's like a premiere or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a premiere.
She could do better than that. She's been eating lately, but that I don't know. I'm just never like a big bow girly.
Okay, Michael, yay or nay?
I don't love it. Nay.
Okay, Jonte, yay or nay?
It's giving 16 Candles reunion, but I have to say that anything where her knees are covered is a win for me, because after I found out that she had that the knee, like the surgery where you get the knee fat removed,
Yeah.
I just can't focus on anything but that.
Okay, moving on, we have Tiana Taylor and Chanel. And she did Chanel a cool way. You don't usually see Chanel done streetwear. So I like this. Kate, what do you think?
I love a good trouser. I love the tweed jacket too. Really cute.
Michael?
This one's interesting. I don't really associate Chanel with streetwear like ever. But this somehow works. I like it. Yay.
Okay. Moving on, we have Deborah Cox in Mark Bauer. Kate, yay or nay?
Gorgeous. I love that color.
Michael?
That's not right what they did to her here. Nay.
Jonte?
I love it. It's so beautiful. That's not let me hold on, let me see.
Nobody
Yes.
to be here.
Okay.
Listen, I'm hearing her sing that right now. I would have liked for both sides to be this off-tone jewel color
Mhm.
on the bralette, but I still love it.
Okay. Moving on, we have Brown Newport from Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's wearing Christian Siriano. She's been showing up on a lot of red carpets lately. Kate, yay or nay?
I love Christian Siriano's work.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really great. He's great.
Jonte?
I love it.
Michael?
I normally don't love Christian Siriano, but this one I like. Yay.
All right, moving on. We have another housewife, Marlo Hampton. She's wearing Fendi and Chanel. Kate, yay or nay?
I love that. I'm going through such a blouse phase right now. So I love like Anne Fontaine and just like big, really exaggerated blouses. And that's everything.
Michael, yay or nay?
I don't love it because it looks like fingers to me. Nay.
Jonte? Jonte, yay or nay?
She's going down the slide right now, probably at the park.
Okay. Moving on. We have, who do I have next? We have Jeremy Pope, and he's wearing Robert One. Kate, yay or nay?
Wow, that is really cool. I love that.
Michael?
The tie is sick. Is he wearing a dress?
It is a skirt, yes.
And what about the things on his arm? Is that a cape or just?
It's the sleeves, exaggerated sleeves from the shirt.
I like the aesthetic.
A train sleeve.
Yeah.
This also was for the Tony Awards, and so they're Broadway actors and actresses. They're gonna give.
Yeah, that tie though, that would sell 100%.
Yeah. All right. Jonte, are you there?
I'm here. I was backstage. I don't know how come I couldn't talk.
Oh, do you like
nothing
this?
about this is giving. I can't with any of it.
Okay. Moving on. We have This is I love this, you guys. I forgot who she's wearing. Hold on, let me pick it up. This is Sarah Paulson, and she's wearing Maison Ficale. This is the same person who designed that dress that Demi Moore was wearing. Kate, yay or nay?
I actually really like this on her because Sarah Paulson is just like an unproblematic queen, and she can wear whatever the fuck she wants.
Okay. Dante, yay or nay?
Yes to everything she just said. Did y'all like the show? Did either of you watch it?
With
No.
Kim Kardashian?
Yes.
No.
I loved it. I thought it was great. No, it's really cute. And it's all just
It
about women
is,
empowerment
Ashley.
and how
You
to
have to watch it.
Yeah, it's Ashley, you would like it. It's fast. It's really easy to get into and it's quick.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And the fashion is life.
And Kim Kardashian does a really good job. She
All
really
right.
does.
Michael, yay or nay?
I like it. Yay.
Okay. Moving on. We have Jules. And I believe he is wearing Louis. Hold on, let me get my facts straight. Why is this not on my list? Sorry, you guys. Michael, is it a yay or nay for you?
Is he a homosexual yet?
Is it a yay or nay for you?
It's a nay.
Okay. Jonte.
So, Michael, would it be a yay if he was a homosexual?
No, I was just curious. It's given. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I'm not a fan.
This is Valentino by Alejandro Michele. Jonte, you're not a fan?
Not a fan at all. It's
Okay.
so basic. It looks like a trip to Walmart.
Kate,
Wide leg trouser. Like I would have loved him in like a sleek, like wide leg trouser with that. I think that would have killed it. The light jeans are just, I'm not into that with that look. But otherwise, I mean, he's a handsome young man, and he has a nice tall stature that he can kind of pull off anything. And I
Right.
think that like I think he's fluid. That's what I think.
Okay. I don't want no problem. So allegedly.
Oh, allegedly. Sorry, Solange. Not outing your baby.
This is Michael Scott, and he's wearing Dries Van Noten, one of my favorite designers. Kate, yay or nay?
I love Dries Van Noten too, but I don't know, the coloring is just not it for me with that for some reason. I don't know, the tailoring is off.
The tailoring is very off.
I
Yeah.
love, like, if that was like black, I don't know, maybe black on black, I would have loved that. But right idea, but just that color just looks cheap to me. I don't know.
I love what Dries does with like metallics and colors and stuff.
But for some reason that's just not landing to me.
It's not landing.
Like, yes, he did that. Like I would have loved that. I would have just all black. I think I would have been into it because I love a coat. But
Michael, yay or nay?
It needed to be pressed. It needed to be steamed.
Mhm.
It needed to be a different color.
Tailored, yeah, it's odd.
is that leather? Like, what is that fabric? If
I
that's
can't
leather,
even tell.
lose my shit.
I don't know. Jonte, yay or nay?
Nay, to everything they said, and I think he needs some accessories. Like he just looks blah completely.
Yeah, I could have put him in something better than that.
Okay. And I saved this for the end because it's tailored well, it's draped well, it's a 20 out of 20 for me. We have a June Ambrose. She's wearing Mousseline couture. Kate, yay or nay?
Oh my God. I love that. If I could get that as a top, honey. What is that color? It's not a mint. I need to look at Pantone because that color is green's my favorite color. I love that. That color is beautiful.
It's giving me 70s.
Gorgeous.
Boston.
That bag too. Man,
Yeah.
She looks good.
Michael, yay or nay?
Oh, this is great. Yay.
Jonte, yay or nay?
This is absolutely a yay. Like I need this to come out on the rack somewhere that I can go get it.
Right.
Most definitely. Okay.
Shein better do Shein or Fashion Nova. Take notes.
Man, look, the only thing she missing is some hips. Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad we all agree. Okay, come sit on my couch. I didn't have one from anyone per se today, but I saw this on Twitter and it had like 2,000 comments. And so I said, let's talk about this tonight. If I'm with your baby daddy, it's not my place to make sure he sees or supports his kid. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Kate, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not going to be with no deadbeat. Like, why aren't you going to see your kid? Like, I'm going to only support it and make it better for you to have a relationship with your child. I mean, both parties, obviously, the baby mama and the baby daddy have to come together and figure all that out. Like, I'm not going to intervene. However, there's not going to be a part of me that thinks my role in a man's life is more important than his child. You know what I mean? Like, that's just who I am. But, I mean, I would make sure that I'm not going to try to intervene or facilitate anything. However, I'm going to try to include his child and let him know that it's all love and the baby can come around, whatever. And I'm going to support that. Because if you come into a parent's life, you understand that's important to them. And you should be a good role model or help somebody in that way. But I'm not going to intervene and make it messy. I'm just going to be supportive and positive and loving, and just try to help them.
Most definitely. John Tay?
I agree with Kate. I couldn't imagine leaving out a child. Like I couldn't imagine in any way, like even if I'm with you and it's not right, we're gonna figure it out, because that could end up being me.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I'm not gonna say women are crazy, because it could be dads too. Like the other side, I'm pessimistic on whether to believe everything that they say and do, like holding grudges and stopping kids from being seen for some of the silliest things. It makes me, cautious about even getting into something like that.
Interesting. Michael, what's your take on this?
I think my take is if you're a real man, this is a non-factor, because a real man takes care of his own. Even if you have to wake up every day and eat shit to see your kid, you should still do it. And you should send them your last dime and do whatever it takes. So I can't imagine a world where I would bring a child into it and then not do everything in my power as a man to do the things a man should do: protect and provide. The relationship can go south. That's life.
Yeah.
And the baby mama can be terrible. That's life too. But all your child wants is your time. And they will pick up on every single thing that you do. And so if you are a bad example and make excuses as to why you don't show up as a man, as a father, as a parent, I have no respect for you at all.
All very good points. All right. That's the end of our show. Like I said, we had a small but mighty cast tonight. Please like and share this. We will be reposting it for playback later this week. You guys, I've been playing around with some merchy stuff. I used to do a t-shirt line back in 2008. And people were like, you need to bring it back. And I just don't know if I have the time or the passion, but tonight I'm in my villain era.
Okay.
If you guys like these, let me know.
You like these?
I might, who knows? I might release some.
You should.
My villain era, and some other villain sayings and stuff I've been playing around with. So let me know what you think. We might do some villain merch again. All minds clear. Michael, Jonte, and Kate?
Yes.
This is the first time that my mind has been clear leaving. So I have to really thank Kate and Michael for that.
Oh, I love
we had fun tonight. I liked it.
We did have fun tonight. Again, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and share, and we will see you next week. All my cast members stay on.
Okay.
Later. Peace.
Bye.